Habari yako? Sasa ndio ile ajali ya baba yangu. Naanza na birth in Paris. Alphonse Waluse Lunani was the firstborn son of the late Erastus Lunani Muse and the late Zipporah Namarome Lunani. He was born in the year 1949 in Tandakala village, Chevayo sub-county, location from the tribe of the Abasangala. He grew up grounded in the values of discipline, respect, and responsibility that shaped the man he became. Initiation and age group. The late Alphonse Waluse was initiated into adulthood according to the Chatoni customary practices and traditions in 1962. He belonged to the minor number of 2 age group. Education. He started his education in Kivayo Primary School, Kivayo High School, and Amukura High School. Thereafter, he went to the police service training. His career. He started his career as a police officer from 1971, where he was a constable to 1980. He was then promoted to corporal in 1980, where he served till 1987. He was then promoted to sergeant in 1989. In 1989, he was promoted to inspector of police. He also served as the prosecutor of court. At the time of retirement, he was a head of prosecutor in Kapenguri. He dedicated his life to public service. He upheld law and order with integrity, discipline, and courage, earning respect from colleagues and the community alike. Married and family life. He was a devoted husband to Violet Umuronji Lunani. Together, they built a family rooted in love, strength, and unity. He was blessed with children: Douglas Wera Suso Waluse, late Jared Damasaka Waluse, Agnes Rahoya Waluse, Salome Temes Waluse, and Camila Namore Waluse. He was a father who provided, guided, and remained a pillar of his family. He was a beloved brother to Gladys Nekesa, the late great Naliaka, the late Naimba, Catherine Nasmi, Joyce Harasoya, Pauline Nafula, Jotam Nomalo, and the late Gilbert Seruti, Josephine Lunyolo, the retired teacher, Caleb Naliaka, Alex Lukisula, the late Frederick Lexiangani, Robert Berry, Robert Yicha, Bernard Lunani, George Lumbasi, Mildred Yicha, Emily Lunani, and the late Mkwano. He was a cousin to the Wamochas, the Kafafas, Peters, the Omalwas, Nangundas, Narochos, Barazas, the Rubens, and many others. He was a nephew to the late John Wanyama, former town clerk, Rose Kafafa, retired lecturer, Mosorio, TTC, Peter Wera Suswa, Moses Wamocha, retired senior chief, the late Wilikista Narocho, and the maternal uncles, Alfayo Ekesa, Festus Wanyoni, Gibson Wanyoni, the late Lois Nahumicha, Martha Vahoya, Lona, Maliaga Hoya, and Selina Kangali. He was an uncle to Jemima Nabaloe, Sally Matilda, Linda Walucho, Brian Walucho, Titus Walucho, Nancy Kisiangani, Ruth Kisiangani, Glenda Emmanuel Wanyoni, Kennedy Munyalo Kido, Ben Kisiangani, Virginia Kisiangani, George Bundu, Ben Bunu Lunani, and many others. He was a father-in-law to John Maloba Mwalo, Dominic Makugu Mwata, and Jacqueline Munyao. He was a grandfather to Donovan Mwalo Maloba, Sasha Indeche Maloba, Teves Waluse Maloba, Shania Imani Maloba, and Vidal Amari Makumu. He shared a strong family bonds that remained important through his life. His church life. In Mombasa, he was a member of the Mombasa Quarterly Meeting and Nairobi Yearly Meeting, where he served as a secretary and later as a chairman of the Mombasa Monthly Meeting. He then served as a clerk in the Kivayo Monthly Meeting. He was the chairman of the Service Commission, during which time they successfully oversaw the construction of the pastor's house. His political journey. Alphonse Waluse was a dedicated and a loyal member of the Orange Democratic Movement, where he actively served as a party at the grassroots level. He rose to the position of the vice chairperson of the ODM Lugari, a role he held with commitment, humility, and a strong relationship. He also ventured into elective politics, once campaigning for the position of a member of County Assembly, driven by his desire to serve and uplift his community. Although he did not win the seat, his campaign strengthened his connection and the people and deepened his political influence at the local level. He remained a committed ODM supporter and a leader until his demise, known for his consistency, service, and unwavering loyalty to the party and his community. Sickness and demise. In the later years of his life, the late Alphonse Waluse lived with type 2 diabetes, which he managed with strength and the resilience for a long time. Along the way, he developed a diabetic wound that led to frequent hospital visits. In an effort to save his life, he underwent a toe amputation at Webuye Hospital, but his condition remained delicate. Further tests revealed kidney complication, and although treatment began and we saw signs of improvement, the wound later developed severe infection that affected his right leg and spread to other organs. Doctors advised that further surgery could only be done once he stabilized, and so he continued to hope and pray. He was later treated at Hopkins Hospital, where dedicated doctors did their very best to care for him. After being discharged, he continued his recovery at home under the care of a professional nurse as he was prepared for the next step in his treatment. Sadly, on Friday, 10th April 2026, he developed difficulty in breathing and was rushed back to Webuye Hospital. Despite all efforts, he passed on that evening. That day, he lost not just a father, but a hero and a pillar of a family. His strength, courage, and love will remain with us always. Thank you.